You picked up your phone today and you don't remember why. You were doing something, eating, watching TV, having a conversation, and then your hand just moved. Not because a notification went off, not because you needed to check anything. Your hand moved on its own, your thumb found the screen, and 30 seconds later, you were in the app and you still don't know what you were looking for. Most people call this an addiction, a weakness, a failure of discipline in a world full of distraction. But here's what they don't tell you: this is not a flaw in your behavior, it's a proof that something was built correctly. The people who designed the apps you can't put down spent years and hundreds of millions of dollars engineering exactly this moment. The mindless reach, the automatic open, the 30 seconds you just lost without knowing it. And the thing they engineered it around, the specific mechanism inside your brain that they found and exploited, is the same one that drives slot machines, compulsive gambling, and one of the most famous psychological experiments in history. By the end of this video, you'll understand not just why you can't stop, but how specifically it was done. And there's one piece of this story, something that happened inside Silicon Valley, that almost nobody talks about. Once you hear it, the apps on your phone start to look like something very different from what they claim to be. Let's start with the obvious explanation: because it's wrong. The story most people tell about phones and social media goes like this. You're a rational person who has developed an unhealthy habit. You check your phone too much. Your generation lacks discipline. Smartphones are just too stimulating. If you had more willpower, you'd put it down more often. This is the story the apps want you to tell yourself. And the reason they want you to tell yourself this story is that it ends with you being the problem, not them. But here's what's strange. Willpower isn't actually broken in the population. People can and do resist powerful urges all the time. Most people manage to not eat dessert at every meal, not drink every night, not spend money every time they walk past a store. Human beings are genuinely capable of resisting strong, immediate temptations when they understand what's happening and why. So why does the phone feel different? Why does it feel involuntary in a way that eating a donut doesn't? The answer is in a study that most people have never heard of, conducted 70 years ago on a single laboratory rat. In the 1950s, a psychologist at Harvard named B.F. Skinner was running a simple experiment. He built a box with a lever. A rat inside the box could press the lever and receive a food pellet. The rat learned this quickly, pressed the lever regularly, and got its food. Predictable, functional, unremarkable. Then Skinner tried something slightly different. He made the lever sometimes deliver food. Not every time. Randomly. Press it twice and nothing happens. Press it a third time and a pellet drops. Press it 6 more times and nothing. Then 2 pellets fall at once. The rat went insane for the lever. Not just interested. Not just attentive. Compulsively engaged. It pressed the lever hundreds of times more than it ever had when the reward was guaranteed. It pressed when it wasn't hungry. It pressed when the box was open and it could have left. It pressed until it was exhausted. Skinner called this variable ratio reinforcement. And it became arguably the most economically significant finding in the history of psychology. Because here's the mechanism. Your brain has a reward system built around dopamine. When something good happens, food, sex, social connection, dopamine fires and you feel it as pleasure. Your brain notes what caused the pleasure and creates a drive to repeat it. This is normal and healthy. But what Skinner found is that dopamine doesn't just fire when you get the reward. It fires when you might. Anticipation is more powerful than fulfillment. When you know a reward is coming, your brain notes it and moves on. When you don't know if a reward is coming, when there's a chance, your brain locks in and refuses to disengage until it finds out. The variable reward is the slot machine. It's the scratch card. It's the fishing line you can't quite put down because maybe the next cast. And it is precisely, specifically, the exact mechanism that engineers at the companies building your apps identified and decided to replicate. The pull to refresh feature on your phone, the gesture that loads new content by pulling down on the screen, was designed to work exactly like a slot machine lever. A former Google design ethicist named Asa Raskin invented it and later said publicly that it has caused approximately 200,000 hours of collective human attention to be wasted every single day. He invented it in about an hour. He has since spent years trying to reduce the harm he